So I woke up this morning, right? Things were looking pretty chill, pretty all right. Been keeping track of a lot of gaming material nowadays that I want to play on my channel because there's not really a lot of things going on in the political world that a lot of us have not already seen before. But when I do talk about gaming, I want to make sure it's some gaming that I'm pretty much interested in and not what everybody else is talking about. But now, when I woke up, check my phone as usual. I saw that the EU, the European Commission, has said that the Microsoft Activision buyout is approved. And you got a lot of people, a lot of individuals, mainly PlayStation ponies. And here's the thing, man. I'm not really too big on this whole console war thing. This whole console war thing is stupid in the first place. But when this news got first announced, right, that Microsoft was going to be acquiring Activision and was going to be making some games exclusive, except for Call of Duty, you had a lot of people on the PlayStation side get pissed off at the fact that Microsoft was a really big company in order to acquire Activision, and Sony was not as rich as Microsoft. So, as that whole deal came out, yeah, a lot of freaking PlayStation fanboys lose their freaking minds, and they literally, this is not even a joke. This is not even a joke. They went towards Joe Biden. Yes, they went towards the PlayStation fanboys. Went towards Joe Biden in order to stop the Microsoft Activision acquisition. That's how mad and petty the PlayStation fanboys was. But guys, I'm going to read y'all this article. And then I'm going to read y'all some people from Twitter that got pissed off by this whole deal. Microsoft Activision buyout approved by European Commission. One more territory has given Microsoft the go-ahead to spend 68% billion on the Call of Duty publisher. And all this came out after the freaking CMA said that they was blocking this merger for 10 years because they didn't want Microsoft to buy Activision. But let it have been any other company, like let's say Sony, a lot of people guaranteed that the CMA would have given Sony the automatic A-OK to buy Activision, right? But when it changed to Microsoft, and a lot of people have even said this, you had the CEO or president of Sony, Paul Ryan himself, saying, we just don't want Microsoft to own Activision. It's not that we don't see any bad thing here. We just hate Microsoft so bad, and we hate Xbox so bad that we don't want Xbox to have any exclusive games or have any third-party games. But when it pertains to us, it's fair game. So nobody should pay attention to our shady business practices, and let's look towards more to Microsoft's shady business practices. Let me just go ahead and read y'all this article right here. The European Commission has approved Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard, commenting that Microsoft's commitment to keep Activision games on rival platforms helped regulators reach a decision. According to the EU, Microsoft would have no incentive to refuse to distribute Activision's games to Sony. Even if it did decide to make these games exclusive to its platforms, doing so would not significantly harm competition in the consoles market. So even the European Commission, that was not really for this in the beginning, they said themselves, yeah, this would not really harm Sony, the number one gaming platform. You see, this is what I find funny, right? This is what I find funny. The number one gaming platform is afraid of third place Microsoft, right behind Nintendo. They are so afraid of Microsoft buying Activision so they can get more people on their side. But they say they are not afraid of Microsoft. But then when Microsoft came out and said, yo, we are out here buying Activision, Sony said, yo, that's foul play. You can't do that. Let me keep on reading. Even without being able to offer this specific game, Sony could leverage its size, extensive games catalog, and market position to fend off any attempt to weaken its competitive position. The EU said in a press statement, the EU's approval includes a requirement for Microsoft to automatically license Activision Blizzard games to competing cloud gaming services globally. giving consumers more choice on which platform they want to play these games on. From Brad Smith, the European Commission has required Microsoft to license popular Activision Blizzard games automatically to compete in cloud gaming services. Okay, just read that. The EU did note that it originally had concerns about Microsoft dominance in the cloud gaming space, and that cloud gaming services could potentially hurt competition around the distribution of PC and console games if the acquisition goes through. But Microsoft did offer several remedies when this was first brought up. To address the concerns, Microsoft offered a free license to consumers in the European Economic Area to allow them to stream via any cloud game streaming service of their choice. All current and future Activision Blizzard PC and console games for which they have a license. Microsoft also offered a free license to cloud game streaming service providers for EEA-based gamers wanting to stream any Activision Blizzard's PC and console games. This commitment will have a 10-year duration. The EU says these commitments have fully addressed its concerns. So, even though the EU had its, I wouldn't say bias, its concerns at first about Activision, Microsoft buying Activision, right? They said, you know what, this doesn't really seem bad. This doesn't seem bad at all that, this merger is going through. But now that the EU said, this buyout is going through, we don't care what the CMA says. The CMA is kind of tripping right now. And the CMA came out and said, hold on, let me pull this up to see wow. Okay. Yeah. The UK regulator says EU is wrong to approve Microsoft Activision deal. While we recognize and respect the European Commission is entitled to take a different view, the CMA stands by a decision. So the CMA is standing ground and saying we stand by our decision to say we want this deal blocked for 10 years. Yes. Let me guys just show you this. UK regulators say EU is wrong to approve Microsoft Activision deal. So the fact that the CMA came out here and said that the EU is dumb for approving this, it just goes to show they just did not want Microsoft to acquire Activision, right? It's not the fact that they're afraid of Microsoft having doing something shady with Activision. No, it's due to the mere fact that the CMA probably does not like Microsoft, and they did not want this deal to go out. So let's go ahead and see what it says here. On Monday, the EU confirmed it had cleared the deal. So the deal is going on. And after Microsoft agreed to comply with a number of commitments related to the cloud gaming market, the ruling arrived shortly after the UK's competition regulator decided to prevent the $69 billion deal, which it claimed it would stop the acquisition from happening globally. The UK regulator is seen as one of the most influential in deciding the deal's fate, alongside the EU and the US. Responding to Monday's EU decision, Cheryl Carter, CEO of the Competition and Markets Authority, suggested the EU Commission was wrong to approve the deal. So the fact that the CEO, Sarah Cardell, literally said, she put her 2 cents into this, right? She said, she came out here, she had the cojones to come out and say, this deal that y'all approved, y'all was stupid for doing that. This is how salty. How much I want to bet the CEO of the CMA, Sarah Cardell, is a hardcore Sony PlayStation gamer. The UK, US, and European competition authorities are unanimous that this merger will harm competition in cloud gaming, Cardell wrote. The CMA concluded that cloud gaming needs to continue as a free, competitive market to drive innovation and choice in this rapidly evolving sector. Microsoft proposals accepted by the European Commission today will allow Microsoft to set the terms and conditions for this market for the next 10 years. They will replace a free, open, and competitive market with one subject to ongoing regulation of the games Microsoft sells, the platforms to which it sells them, and its conditions of the sale. This is one of the reasons the CMA's independent panel group rejected Microsoft's proposal and prevented the deal. While we recognize and respect that the European Commission is entitled to take a different view, the CMA stands by a decision. So the EU said, Yeah, y'all tripping. We approving this deal. You guys can't do anything about it, right? And now that the freaking deal went forward, you got a lot of people who are pissed. But yeah, you had a lot of people out here who was severely pissed off that the EU said that we are approving this deal. The CMA is kind of tripping when it pertains to this. And even then, you had some people out here that are still very much pissed off that the EU would go out and approve this deal. Like, if you ask some people who play PlayStation, if you ask them why they hate Microsoft so much or why they hate Xbox, they would say, "Oh well, PlayStation just has more exclusive games." But then when Xbox tried to get more exclusive games out here, like when they tried to acquire some games like 4 to 5 years ago, you have PlayStation, Sony say like, "Yeah, we don't want Microsoft to own exclusive games. We should be the only ones that have exclusives." And if Microsoft does have any exclusive games, it's most likely because they have done some shady business practices. And not because, Sony out here, they did some shady business practices. It's not because of that. When they go through third-party production companies in order to get some exclusive games. No. Sony can do that full-fledged. But Microsoft, yeah, they can't do that. So what do they do? They acquire a big gaming corporation like Activision Blizzard in order to try to get some more games in. Even though Microsoft does own, I think, 8 different gaming companies, they could do exclusives. But guys, this is just hilarious right here. It really is. It's hilarious. Let's just see how this plays out. Okay, I don't know if this deal is gonna go through forward, but if it does, you already see the PlayStation ponies. They freaking raging on Twitter right now, raging on social media. But guys, let me know what y'all think about this acquisition down below. If you guys like the video, man, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, hit the notification bell. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.